Sup there folks, this is Barry the Gaming Mole here, and yes, this is a real talk. You can say I stole this from Maximilian or whatever, but at this point, the term real talk has practically been coined as a phrase that everybody's using it now. So, I was like, I don't think it's specifically his. And he didn't trademark it, so yeah. Anyway, what I wanted to bring up this subject because I feel this is an actual important subject. Like, this not only applies to gaming, but this applies to every facet of your life. And this is about association. The people you hang out with or the people you talk to, like all the stuff that you do often with whoever. There's two different kinds of association. There's the good kind that helps you and it, well, pretty much betters yourself. And then you have what of course is the toxic association. Now, when you as I say toxic association, you're probably thinking people like, oh well, there's DSP or low tier guy who ends up being like really toxic to whatever community that they're a part of because of how they act Yeah, you can consider them, but if once you stop looking at but look at your circle of friends and see what's toxic there, which is pretty much what I did. And this is kind of a short story of what happened not too long ago. See, I actually stopped talking to this person quite a while ago because I just did not feel that it was I just didn't feel like things were working out, and I was going to say things to that person that was going to be seriously harsh and make them cry. Yes. So there's that. So I cut off that person. I cut off talking to a lot of those people for quite a while. I went back and checked. I went back a while ago and I checked to see how things were going with that person. I mean, I haven't talked to him for a while and I don't really have a reason to be angry at him. And well, to my surprise, and really, I literally had to push myself away from my computer when his attitude started to show. Not 5 minutes when I went back to that person's live stream that he started talking so much crap. He started talking so much crap, and this wasn't like oh well, just normal everyday conversation. It might be to him, but this was but he was jumping to conclusions, making assumptions, and just really, really angry about whatever game he was playing. And pretty much he was saying like, oh well, you think this game is great, you're crap because this game is crap and this is bad game design. It's like he didn't say it exactly like that, but that's how it came across. And there was a lot of people in the stream that heard it that way too. A lot of people will agree with him saying that it's bad game design, but that's not the point here. My point was, I wasn't even talking about whether the game was good or not. I was just making comparison. Like, he instantly jumped to an assumption saying that I said that the game was good. How can I say that a game was good that I don't even have? Later on, not too long after, he was angry at other people because they were telling him multiple other things. And yeah, it can get frustrating when you're losing so many times at a game because of one thing or another. We all go through that. But the way he acted was just wow. that was when I pushed myself away from the computer and I just went, okay, I'm rather glad that I cut this person off from, I'm glad I stopped talking to this person and associating with him. Because I said to myself, I used to be like that. I used to be exactly like that person. And I just went, wow, how long have I come? It was just... So from that point on, I just started thinking to myself, like, okay, like how much has things really improved for me since I cut him off since I cut off from talking to him. Like, since I stopped talking to him, since I stopped associating with him, how much has things improved for me? It's improved for me exponentially. Not just in gaming, but in my emotional and physical health as well. From the gaming aspect, I did a comparison to when I wasn't talking to him to when he was still in the amount of people I talk to often, or watch his or her stream often. I did a comparison, and my gameplay is like a total 180. I felt I was playing badly, and my attitudes and thoughts about those games were horrible. But then without having those people to talk to, I wasn't thinking the same thoughts they were. In fact, I was like, wow, like, okay, so this game is a lot better than I originally thought. Now you might say, like, go looking at my videos saying like, oh, well, you just suck at the game anyway. Your entire playthrough was sucky. But I feel I played the game a lot better than I did at the start. There was quite a few games I can name. Tales of Zestiria. What else was I play? Tales of Zestiria, multiple other fighting games, a lot of things where I just looked at and I went like, wow, I played these games horribly back then. And now that I come back to them, I'm playing them a lot better than what I was. And I feel a lot better about the game than what I did a long time ago. Anyway, like, my emotional health improved quite a bit from what it was. I still have depressive episodes from time to time, but it's not as bad as it was back in the past. Like, even my physical health improved. Like, I feel a lot better than what I did. Yes, I get sick from time to time, but I still feel a lot better than what I did back in the past. Because back in the past, I felt like utter and absolute crap. Every day I woke up. So, yeah, I was like, when I looked at it, I said, wow, I'm glad I stopped talking to this person. I'm glad I stopped being around this person, because he was like, regardless of whether I wanted it to or not, the things he did, the things he does, and his attitude and his speech and everything was affecting me in some way, shape, or form. And I feel I got better from that point. I feel I got better from that point on. By just cutting off my contact with him. And a lot of people, for that matter. So what I'm getting at here, before this video gets way too long and I have to find more content to throw in, basically I'm saying, if you have people in your life that are just that you feel is utterly toxic, or may or not be toxic, but like you're having like sorry. If you have people that seem to be toxic in your life, or that's around you, like, take some time, just take some time, like, do an experiment. Take some time away from that person. It doesn't have to be as long as mine, because I spent months away from that person. Like, you can take a day or a week. Like, just spend some time where you're not thinking about that person and see how you feel. And see how your thoughts are. If like you met like and it's like from what your results are, it's like make your own judgment call and take action from there. That's the point I'm getting at. Because this not only like my story, this not only affects gaming, but this also affects your life as a whole. Anyway, what are your thoughts on association? Is it good, like, should you just keep toxic association around anyway, or heck, should you just cut off your association the minute they do something bad? Now, granted, I didn't cut off my association with that person immediately from that day. This was a cumulative effect. Like, I just started thinking, okay, I just don't need to be around this person for a good while, and just get my mind back together. And now that I'm back, I just go like, wow, okay, this person's not there. It's like, you don't have. So what's your thoughts on association? It's like, I mean, a lot of people say like, oh, it's great to have as many friends as possible. It's great, like, or you need to have a couple of friends. Like, what are your thoughts on association? And how do you go about whether or not this person is your friend or not, and whether or not you talk to that person or not? Anyway, that's it for this video. This is Brad Reed, Gaming Mole, signing off. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. One thing I did forget, if the person I'm referring to or talking about ever comes across this video or any of my posts that talk about this subject, or really that mention this story, hey, that's how I feel. That's how I felt from my point of view. And to be honest, I have to say that from my point of view, you embarrassed yourself. You may not feel that way, and you probably don't care. But I was just pointing it out, and I just felt I needed to talk about this subject to everyone. It's like I didn't mention your name, so it's like you really shouldn't feel guilty. Anyway, see you.